I've been trying to
I
talk
think
to
you
him
could pay
about.
off the house and everything in about 3 years at 68 years old, but you're going to be not driving these two cars.
Well, I tried to explain that to him. I said, look, we owning two vehicles with two notes didn't make sense to me to begin with. We have a concession trailer that we use occasionally, and that's why he bought the truck to move the concession trailer around. But now that we have one spot, I don't see us moving it all the time. I see us trying to use it to get out of debt.
Yeah.
So I really feel like not giving up the 53K that we have left on the mortgage and sacrifices for 185.
Yeah, so
doesn't make sense.
$85,000 if you sold these two cars gets you completely out of debt, mortgage, and everything, and you make 116. You can do that in 2 to 3 years, and you should because you're freaking retirement age and broke.
All right, guys, this caller just admitted something that made Dave Ramsey snap, and it gets absolutely explosive. We're talking financial chaos, unbelievable excuses, and decisions so reckless that Dave goes off like never before. The pressure builds, the truth comes out, and this call turns into a total meltdown. Breaking it down on Debt Disaster Daily. Don't forget to subscribe.
Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
My husband and I are almost to the retirement age. He will turn 65 next week, and I will turn 64 in the summer. We have no savings, no retirement. Our joint income is around 116K. We have debt, personal loans, credit cards, and automobiles of 83,000, and we have a $28,000 mortgage lien that we disagree on, but we do.
Okay, what the hell, man? That's crazy. At retirement age, and they are literally poor. Wow.
Have it against our primary residence. So my husband looked into getting a cash out refi to roll all of our debt into one loan to free us essentially of all the debt.
Well, it doesn't
And
free you of it. It moves it onto your house.
Right. It moves it onto the house.
You're not paying
Absolutely.
off anything. You're just moving it.
Right.
Okay.
And so I was trying to explain that to my husband. I said, look, this is a 30-year loan, and our mortgage is at 53K right now. Why would it make sense for us to roll all this debt into another mortgage loan? We're almost at the finish line. So the loan officer is tag teaming me with my husband, trying to get me to agree that it makes sense to finance this loan again and put all the debt into one pot. And he's saying that I would be walking away with an extra $3,000 a month if I were to go this route. And if we added an extra $2,000 a month, we could pay off the mortgage in 6 years. I don't know if that makes sense to me or not. I need you to help me to sort this out.
Well, what's bothering you is that nothing changed in your habits when you do this.
Correct.
And so when you're 70, you're going to be back in debt.
I mean, yeah, it depends what kind of habits you have. I mean, what kind of habits you've had for the past, I don't know, 20, 30 years working is probably catching up to you right now. Because supposedly working at a job means that you're supposed to save up and retire, right? But this is just a prime example of one of the tax-paying workers that end up working all their life. And for what? To have little to nothing? That's insane.
I don't like that idea. I
know, but that's what you're going to do because the system y'all are using now puts you here, and you're not changing anything in the system. You think, and your husband thinks he can borrow his way out of debt, and you can't you can't dig out the bottom.
The husband thinks he can borrow away his way out. That is just like financial literacy needs to be spread, ladies and gents. Like this is just, my God, wow.
A hole and get out. That's not how it works. How much of the 83 is his truck?
32,000.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird that I knew that?
I'm prepared to sell my truck and just drive the other one.
How much do you owe on the other truck?
No, the Jeep is $24,000, and we have an F-150 that we paid cash for that he drives occasionally when he doesn't drive the more expensive truck. And I told him,
how many cars do y'all have?
Jeep.
Why would you do that? See, that's why you're drowning in debt. Bro wants to stunt at 60. Like, what are you doing, bro? Oh my God.
We have 3 vehicles, 2 trucks and 1 Jeep.
Okay, and truck.
And mind you, you can stunt at 60. The problem is that this guy bought an even expensive car prior to that, I'm assuming. Or I think it might have been vice versa, but regardless, I mean, bro, you're still in debt. You're still behind on debt. So why are you trying to stunt when you're knowing you're on debt and knowing you're still a wagey? Like, come on, man. Come on.
Number one that he drives occasionally that's paid for is worth what?
Maybe $6,000.
Okay, and the other truck is worth $32 and owes $32 on it, right? And then there's
Correct.
the Jeep that you owe $24 on, right?
Correct.
Think I found the problem. If I was 65 years old and getting ready to retire and I was stone cold broke, I'd be scared.
As you should. As you fucking should. Like, what the hell were these people thinking? Like, what? Okay.
Oh, well, I am scared.
Not looking for a 6-year plan that some freaking loan officer gave me. That gives me chills. So y'all probably aren't going to do this because I don't think you and your husband are aligned on this. But mathematically, what y'all ought to do is sell both these cars. Both of them.
Yeah. Well,
And not do a cash out refinance. Instead, pay your way out of debt and be debt free sooner than 6 years.
That's what makes sense to me. That's what I've been trying to
I think you could pay off the house and every.
No, man. No, I'm just going to stunt, bro. You know, I'm old anyways. I'm going to probably to die soon anyways. You might as well, YOLO. I'm pretty sure that's what the husband was probably thinking about. I mean, like, this is just clown bullshit. Like, you cannot take this guy seriously. Not Dave Ramsey, but the husband. Like, at least the wife has got some common ground here. Like, what are you doing, bro? You're screwing yourself and your wife over. And for what? To stunt? Like, bro.
Everything in about 3 years at 68 years old, but you're going to be not driving these 2 cars.
Well, I tried to explain that to him. I said, look, we owning 2 vehicles with 2 notes didn't make sense to me to begin with. We have a concession trailer that we use occasionally, and that's why he bought the truck to move the concession trailer around. But now that we have one spot, I don't see us moving it all the time. I see us trying to use it to get out of debt.
Yeah.
So I really feel like not giving up the $53K that we have left on the mortgage and sacrifices for $185.
Yeah, so $85,000 if you sold these 2 cars gets you completely out of debt, mortgage, and everything, and you make $116. You can do that in 2 to 3 years. And you should, because you're freaking retirement age and broke.
Literally, that's like Dave Ramsey just summed it up perfectly. Literally, that is literally it, bro. Like, you're literally broke. You're about to retire. And where do you think you're going to get your paychecks? I mean, unless you pull a Colonel Sanders, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, buddy. It's not.
Can you say that one more time? Because my husband's not here, and I want to make sure that I got it written down.
You said you had $83,000 in debt, right? Not counting the mortgage.
Yes.
Okay, and if I take 32 from that, I have 51. And if I take 24 from that, I have 26. 26 and 53 mortgage is 78. You make 116. How fast do you pay off 78 making 116? If you paid off $35,000 a year, you're done in 2 years. If you pay off $25,000 a year, you're done in 3 years.
Okay.
And that's no
Yeah, that's
6-year
what I
plan
told
that
him.
makes your banker rich.
That's what I told him. I said we could do this in 3 years.
Yeah, the last financial
3 years.
planner you need is a loan officer.
That's what I thought. And that's why I've been listening to your radio station, so I don't get into these.
I don't know if you're going to get hubby to do all this, so.
That's the sucky part. He's probably not gonna listen by the sound of it. I mean, the guy is just financially stupid, and honestly, he should probably start listening to Dave Ramsey or Robert Kiyosaki or any of these millionaires who literally understand money in levels that he cannot comprehend.
Well, you know what?
I think it's time to try.
Yeah. And by the way, the timeline Dave gave you speeds up if you guys are working extra.
Yeah. You could do it in done in 2 years.
While you got health.
And if you got no house payment, no payments at all, I got your $3,000. Now it's $4,000 freed up to start saving some money. Yeah. You start saving $50,000 a year, and you do that for 4 or 5 years, you're going to have a decent nest egg in your 70s. And you won't be retiring eating dog food. Alpo, the breakfast of champions. It's like, oh my gosh. You know, I mean, yeah. But here's the thing. We've been buying crap we can't afford because we wanted it, and some loan officer told us it's a good idea.
Great idea, bro. Great idea. Yep. And then the banks get richer. Yep. And you tell me whose fault is that. Anyways, guys, we're going to end it right there. Moral of the story, don't be a complete jackass and buy stuff blindly without even thinking twice. Take a moment and think if that's going to benefit you or if it's going to mess you up financially. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Comment down below, share your thoughts, like the video, subscribe to Debt Disaster Daily. We are out.